Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome, one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. Let me know if you're hearing me loud and clear there in the chat. All right, welcome, one, welcome all. Again, we're here with another parish prediction. Yes, and of course, this time it's all about St. Andrew. And guys, can I tell you, we are delivering. We promised you, and we're still here. All right, we're expecting, to be here earlier yesterday too, but that didn't work out. But we're here now, and for that, we are happy that we're still able to deliver as promised. So we want you to vote for us. Ensure that you hit the like button, the share button, and the subscription button as we continue to grow stronger together. Voices in Education is a safe space where we share and learn from each other. We do that in a respectful way to ensure that we're maintaining our safe space, our safe community, where you feel valued, where you feel a sense of belonging. So if you're here in the chat, please go right ahead and hit that like button. And I'm seeing Matt Morgan, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Ovi, over to you. Welcome. Talk to us.
Hello, thanks for having me, and it's good to be here. You know, St. Andrew, the what do you call this one? The icing on the cap. The final parish. So we are really excited to get this one out there. Thank you to all the persons who have sticked and stayed with us. We really appreciate you. And just hit us up in the chat. Make sure you like and subscribe, and turn your post notification on. So just let us know where you're tuned in from. Let us know which constituency you're looking forward to seeing. And let us know if you're heading out to vote tomorrow. The day is right up on us. So the election is right upon us. Let us know if you're heading out there. So we're encouraging you to head out there to represent your constituency and to support your candidate and in essence support who you want to be the governing party and who you want to be your prime minister. So just thank you for being here. Make sure you're hitting us up in the chat. And yes, yes, thanks for being here. All right, welcome Common Sense. We're really happy to have you here with us. Just continue to hit us up in the chat. We're going to get this one going soon. So let me just do an early check here. Welcome, Cheyenne, as well. We're really happy to have you guys here. So we're at 4 likes. Can we keep the likes to 100% today? As soon as you guys get in, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and help us to continue to grow. We really appreciate having you here for this one, and thank you for always being here and supporting. If you're new to this channel, let us know what is happening as well. Tell us what you think about this channel, and let us know in the chat so we can give you a warm voice in education welcome. We definitely love having you here. And the little things that you do matters a great deal to us. So when you hit the like button, when you hit the subscription button, when you share, and when you comment and call in, we definitely appreciate those 100%. So continue to be here with us. All right, so Shiny,
All
please
right.
go ahead.
Okay, all right. Fantastic, fantastic. So we're going to get this one going. All right. So as you enter the chat, we'll definitely, and I see Cheyenne is saying, today is the day. And for sure, we'll be here later on. But what we're going to do, we're going to drop the St. Andrew predictions first, and then we're going to give you our big tally right after this one. So we're giving it to you double dose this morning. So you want to ensure that you're sticking and staying with us because it's going to be fantastic. And remember, join us, join us. We'll be here for the results right true and true. So let us just go right now. All right. And as you can see here, St. Andrew is quite a big one. So we have 12 constituencies, 12 constituencies that we're going to review in the context of our predictions. But what we noticed, guys, and in the context of our processes that we use, we're pretty much at, that very first process in the context of St. Andrew, albeit the fact that, it has so many constituencies. All right, so let's just keep going. So, our first constituency here is St. Andrew West Rural, all right, or West Rural St. Andrew, as you know it. And we have four electoral divisions in this constituency and your candidates, your candidates for St. Andrew West Rural are so from the Jamaica Labour Party, we have Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, all right, and so from the People's National Party, all right. So from the People's National Party, we have Joan Gordon Webley. All right. So let's just keep going. Ovi, over to you for the 2007 results from West Rural, St. Andrew.
All right, so West Rural St. Andrew, we can see some early trends
You're a little
here.
bit low. I don't know if it's just my side, but guys, let us know if you're hearing Ovi loud and clear in the chat there.
Yes, guys, let me know. Let me know if you're hearing me in the chat. I'll try to project my voice a little bit more. But let's go with the 2007. So we can see some early trends here where the JLPs has taken most of the electoral divisions, only losing out to in Brandon Hill and won this election by over 2,000 votes. So a really good performance here from the JLP, and we'll see how things pans out as we review the other elections.
All right, so let's just move on. So, in the context of 2011, we see that Chancery Hall was moved, all right, to Northwest, and you'll see that in Northwest St. Andrew. And here it was a story with Paul Buchanan. This should be the PNP. All right, so you know what? Let us try and correct that, I guess that just missed us there, but that should be the PNP. All right, and then we see Andrew Gallimore there, but a win for the PNP, and I don't feel comfortable leaving this on this slide. So, guys, we're just going to stop for a little bit. So, Ovi, I'm just going to come over to you and let us just make this quick correction.
No worries, no worries, no worries. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to come back into the chat. Let's see how we're doing for likes. So I'm going to do a quick check on the like. Make sure if you're here, you have liked this live. We haven't gone up to 10 likes yet. We're at 6. So if you're here, guys, you haven't liked, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and help us to continue to grow. We're going to give you the best that we can in this election in terms of covering it and sharing valuable information that comes out of it. So we're really happy to have you here as a part of this one. So continue to stick and stay here. So we can see a few persons in the chat. You see Cheyenne and Shawnee. Shawnee saying good morning. trying to say congratulations to the jail people winning the elections. All right, so really early with that one. And Shockey said, it will be a battle all over. Nobody is safe. That's the thing is, we are not sure how this one will turn out. So what we need to do is to turn out and vote. So make sure that you head out to your polling station and vote for the candidate of your still choice. So, Cheyenne,
Fantastic.
okay, you're all good?
Yeah,
All right.
all good on this side. So in a little bit, we'll be back in the chat. So yes, guys, we're all back. So Paul Buchanan of the PNP. So I am happy that we're able to fix that. Took the win in 2011, but it was close there with Andrew Gallimore of the Jamaica Labour Party. So of it 2016, over to you.
Sorry, I was still muted, but yes, 2016 saw Juliet Cuthbert Flynn coming in to the seat here for the JLP, and the JLP was able to take three of the four um, the four electoral divisions. My apologies there. So they took three of the four electoral divisions. Brandon Hill still sticking firm with the PNP, but a good win for the JLP of over 2,000 votes and a good performance there.
All right, thank you so much. And Cheyenne, thanks. Let them know that they need to subscribe. It's free and we're here. All right, so over to 2020, and it was another win for Juliet Cuthbert Flynn of the JLP over Crystal Tomlinson of the PNP, 8,658 compared to 5,550. A big gap there, and again taking three of the four electoral divisions. So when we look at the percentages for the 2020 general elections, 60.9% for the JLP and 39.1% for the People's National Party. All right, so in the context of St. Andrew West Rural, who can vote later? Tell me, who can vote later? All right, so 41,703 people are eligible to vote in that constituency. So, all right, remember, you need to go out there and vote, vote, vote. And we'll be here, popping in just to hear from you. But for sure, later in the evening, please ensure that you have Voices in Education locked because we'll be here for the calls. We'll be here for the results too, and we want to share that live with you. All right, so again, let's just move on here. So the big question now, who will win this one? And guys, we're just going to take perhaps one or two quick calls. When I say quick, we mean quick because this one is not any I don't think we found any that is so challenging where, as I said earlier, we did not move beyond our first process. So that, it wasn't, it had a lot in the context of the work we needed to do and to get the information together. But other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing there in St. Andrew. So I'm trying to get into the chat to type the WhatsApp number in the chat. But if you have the WhatsApp number, you can definitely give us a call. We would love to hear from you. We ask that you keep it real and respectful. We do not bash anyone. We do not belittle anyone. All right. So if you can't do that, don't call us, and we accept all views. All right. PNP, JLP, No P, Jamaica. We're just here, and we want to hear from each other. So once we move on, we're not going to take any calls. Common sense, welcome. Shani, welcome. And let me see who I'm missing out in the chat there. Welcome, guys. Just continue to hit the like button, share button, and the subscription button. And Cheyenne is sharing that, the PPP won the general elections there in Guyana. All right, so we're not getting any calls. I'm not seeing the phone ringing at this point. But if you're ready for the reveal, type reveal in the chat and we'll move forward. All right, so just type reveal. Welcome one, welcome all. As you rock and come in, hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Big up Soji, Carlton Lovelace. Tell them again, like up the show, guys. We're going to do our big reveal. Believe it or not, guys, life is life in, but we promise you, and we're going to deliver. All right. So we are a channel that lives up to our promises. All right. So Cheyenne is saying as we drink our champagne. All right, we're getting a call. Let's take this caller. Hello, caller. Are live. Welcome to Voices in Education.
Yeah, what's up? What you guys doing?
We're doing okay. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Just anxious for later.
Be anxious for nothing, but through prayer and supplication. What should you do? Make your request known unto God.
Yeah. So for that one, you're still a easy drill at this one.
Okay. Okay. It's an easy Juliet. All right.
The margin too much. The margin are too big.
Okay.
So yeah. You guys are gonna do Miss Oldness one tonight or do it
We
already?
are do everything tonight. Miss Solis in this
Cool.
one, them in this one, and then we're going to come back for the big countdown with all the tally and just tell you what our total is. But
You guys are in Jamaica cause you always come on some late hours. How
so
the
you,
thing
oh
go?
you never you never come on yesterday morning when we did earlier, so you don't really come. Cause life, life,
So a Jamaica on a BS or no they have a foreign country?
Does it matter where we base?
That was
And the number no matter where you call.
me go and listen still.
All right, big up yourself. Blessings. Hello, caller. You're live. Miss, let me just see if I can return this call. Let's just call. Why of you that think I prison with it?
Well, boy. Yep.
Hello, caller. You're live on Voices in Education. Welcome.
Hello, good night, good night.
Good night or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning from. We're welcoming you. Talk to us.
Today is the big day in Jamaica. General election.
Mm-hmm.
Monday was general election in Guyana,
Guyana.
and I predict that the PPP/C is gonna win the election, and they did win the election.
Mm-hmm.
And my prediction for today election in Jamaica, the Jamaica Labour Party will win the general election.
All right. So who is going to win this seat? Juliet Cuthbert Flynn or Joan Gardner Webley?
Cuthbert is gonna win.
All right. All right. Make sure you stay for our big reveal. We're going to come back with that. So thanks for calling.
Yes, and I want people to be safe on the road as we celebrate for the JLP win. Everybody be safe. If you drive, please don't drink.
All right.
We want peace. On both sides, we want peace and joy and happiness because the work must be done. And we want unity after the election is over because we have to work to build a better Jamaica for the people of Jamaica.
Fantastic. Big up yourself, caller. We're getting another call, so we're just going to squeeze another call before we move on to the next constituency.
Congratulations, JLP, for win.
All right. Take care. Blessings. Hello, caller. You're live. Let's just try and see. Let's just try and get this caller back. So the last call we're taking in this segment. And hello, caller. You're live. Welcome to Voices in Education.
Well, let me tell you something. That is my seat. I live in that constituency.
Mm-hmm.
I I am a I'm one of Juliet worker. So you know what me I gonna say. If I say um, so me not gonna say what me I gonna say, but I'm just telling you that okay, from an honest point of view,
Mm-hmm.
Juliet is gonna win. I'm gonna take off my workers at now, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you my opinion. She's gonna win, and she's gonna win by a huge margin.
Okay.
Um, thing there, what's her name, Joan? She's not visit. She, all right, let me tell you the mistake. I mean, I want to let all this secret. She only active in one section of the division. Let me tell you, she's gonna win the Brandon Hill division.
Brandon Hill. That's obvious.
Yeah, she's gonna win the Brandon Hill division. And me don't let you in on a secret, but me now but I let you in on a secret.
Call me later. When the result then coming,
Yeah.
call me later. Cause we're gonna hear
No, what they don't say, me don't tell you, you know. The boss herself send me to go up on that division there, you know. Go send go hold the fort, you know, so me not gonna say nothing more,
don't
but
say anything more. Don't say what you're not supposed to say here. Call me later.
no, man, me not gonna say when me say hold the fort, I don't want it to be misinterpreted
No,
myself
I
clear.
didn't. I'm not. Yeah, we're not thinking anything negative. No, 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 no.
Yeah, so she's gonna win, but she's not gonna win by a huge margin. But when you see the Red Hills, and when you see the Stone Hill,
Stony Hill.
and when you see the Lawrence Tavern come in, it done. Let me talk Patwa now. He was a teacher. He done.
You say done, 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 done.
It done. Yeah,
When
man.
you say when you say Juliet, I can just run, run, run.
Yeah, man. I make I tell you something. This election, the JLP is gonna win. Let me make it clear. And I'm going to tell you why. The PNP is an illusion, and a lot of people don't see that. The PNP believe that they have a bigger base, and I can tell that the PNP don't have a bigger base than the JLP. The JLP base is a youth base. And people are like wondering, oh, whatever youth, but I'm going to tell you, the youths are going to vote because the youth realize that they are the biggest beneficiary of this anti-oldness administration. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes,
So
I'm listening.
yeah, they're gonna come out and they're gonna vote, and the youth vote is gonna make a difference. I'm gonna call you back after the election, you know.
Yeah, man, we are there later tonight, you know, man. What you mean, man? We are there. And we are gonna do a big prediction in a little bit from now.
The prediction were perfect.
Wait till later.
52%.
No, wait, because we're gonna do it after this. Wait. I don't want to preempt wait, you know. Wait, because we know why you gonna say you call it before we.
No, I don't call me, you know. The votes that turn out, they're gonna tell you, you know.
For this one, all right, quick and fast.
No, man. The voter turnout for the
Overall, for
country
the okay.
will be 52%.
All
And
right.
it, the youth vote will make up about 20% of that. Out of that 20%, 19% will go to the JLP. And that will make the difference in the election.
All right, Carla. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man, go.
All right. Blessings. All right, guys. I think we need to go to the reveal for this one. So if you're ready for the reveal, you know, just well, Ovi, are you ready for the reveal? And just type reveal in the chat too. But can we go to the reveal for this one, Ovi?
Yes, for sure. You can go for the reveal. We definitely want to see this one going through. And just want to say big up to the caller who came in and shared. And we love to hear from persons who are on the ground in the constituency and going into the divisions as well. So really appreciate having you here with us.
All right, so our predicted winner for this one is Juliet Cuthbert Flynn of the Jamaica Labour Party. We encourage you to go later and vote for your candidate of choice. This is just a prediction. The reality will begin in a few hours from now. All right, so welcome, Diana. I see you, Coach Will. Welcome, Hortense. Welcome, welcome. So, guys, come on. What can go so? We're over plus 100 and add strong, and we don't even have 20 likes. No, 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 no way. All right, and if you just join in and first time here, I like to sing, but I can't sing. But welcome to the Voices in Education as we move over to St. Andrew Western. And in this one, we have three electoral divisions: Duane Park, Waterhouse, and Seaview Gardens. All right, so in the context of the candidates, so from the People's National Party, we have Mr. Anthony Hilton, and from the Jamaica Labour Party, we have Mr. Corey Dunkley. Ovi, over to you.
Yes, so in the 2007 rather election, we saw where Anthony Hilton, swept all the electoral divisions and took this one by over 3,000 votes. So a commanding win there for, Anthony Hilton. But we must take note of the Duhaney part, the electoral division. That one was pretty close, and let's see if the JLP will, get that one anytime in the coming up elections.
All right, so in 2011, it was another big win for Anthony Hilton. And as you can see, the gap there, perhaps about 5,000, all right, plus votes, and still holding on to all the electoral divisions. And now, when we look at Duane Park, as you mentioned earlier, Ovi, well, PMP just stepping ahead with this one. Over to you, Ovi, for 2016.
Yeah, for sure. The JLP fell off there in Duane Park for sure. But I did a little bit better in the 2016 election here. But it was the PNP who swept all the divisions again. Anthony Hilton there and working well, a win of over 3,000 votes. So a stronghold here for the PNP.
All right, so over to 2020, we see Dorlan there for the Jamaica Labour Party. And I guess you could say finally they took Duane Park away from the People's National Party. And when we look, they also got Seaview Gardens, but Waterhouse, they are a strong support system. Let me tell you, Waterhouse is watering the People's National Party. So another big win here for Anthony Hilton in the context of 2020. All right, so regarding the percentages, 57.1% for the PNP and 42.9% for the JLP. All right, so who can vote later on? Talk to me now. 39,208 people in this constituency can vote later on. So again, we encourage you to go out and vote, vote, vote for your candidate of choice. Who will win? We're just going to keep this one in the chat. We're not going to take any calls. So just let us know in the chat who is going to win. And as soon as you type your reveal, we will move to the predicted winner. So in the meantime, let me just check into the chat. Or Ovi, I don't know if you have anything you'd like to add here. Garmel is saying PNP will win this seat. Welcome, Garmel. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Patrick Roberts base that. Oh, well, welcome. But Patrick Roberts, all right, we'll see him in West Central. I think that is it, St. Andrew. All right, so welcome, welcome. And Andre, welcome is saying Hilton. We'll take this one. And I see Cheyenne there. So who is going to take this one? Ovi, are you ready for the reveal?
Yeah, we can definitely go ahead with the reveal. But guys, we're asking to just hit the like button, hit the subscription button. We're over 100 and we haven't gotten to 30 likes yet. So make sure you're hitting the like button and show us some support. We really appreciate you.
For sure. Lloyd, welcome. Ryan, welcome. So this one, our predicted winner is Anthony Hilton of the People's National Party. Again, we encourage you to go out there and vote, vote, vote for your candidate of choice. Why not? Come on. No, we are asking you to vote, vote, vote for your channel of choice. Are we not your channel of choice? Let us know. Let us know. All right, Shani. All right, Hilton there, and Lloyd is saying Hilton. So now let's move to St. Andrew West Central. And when we talk about gardens, we are talking about three electoral divisions. All right, Mullines Gardens, Olympic Gardens, and Seabright Gardens. All right, and this is where you will find the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, all right, Andrew Holness. So this is where you'll find the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, and the candidate, Paul Buchanan of the People's National Party. All right, so let's just go into this one. Ovi, over to you. 2007.
All right, so for the 2007 election, it was almost well, the PNP took one of the electoral division, and the JLP took the other two, and hence the Andrew Holness was able to take the seat by just over 1,000 votes, and I'm sure that this seat it's pretty close. I would say it's not super close, but let's see if what happens as the years go by. Will the PNP close the gap, or will the JLP pull away?
All right, thank you, Ovi. So when we go to 2011, what we can really confirm is that Mullines Gardens is definitely a PNP support system in the context of this constituency, and Olympic and Seabright Gardens are definitely support systems for the Jamaica Labour Party. All right, so I guess here just over another like 1,000 plus votes, or a little bit over 1,000 there in the context of the votes, and another win for the Jamaica Labour Party. Over to you, Ovi, for 2016.
And for 2016, Malines Gardens continued to power the TNT. But if you look at the numbers there in Malines Garden, you can see that the JLP is definitely making progress there while maintaining their Olympic Garden and Seabright Garden area. So the JLP coming away with a good win here of over 2,000 votes. And you can slowly see the gap being placed between the JLP and the PNP, that little gap there getting wider as the elections go by.
All right, so fantastic. We now move to 2020, and 2020 same candidates from the parties, and similar story. Olympic Gardens, Seabright Gardens for the JLP, Mullines Gardens for the PNP, and this time it was another big win here for the Jamaica Labour Party and the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness. So we move to the percentages. So 64.6% for the Jamaica Labour Party and 35.4% for the People's National Party. So in regarding this constituency, St. Andrew West Central, who can vote? So later on, 32,213 people can vote for their candidate of choice. So who are you voting for? Ensure that you go out there and exercise your democratic right. That is definitely, definitely important. So the big question is, who will win this one? We're not going to spend a lot of time on this one, so we're going to engage you in the chat. Ovi, are you seeing any comments there in the chat? Who will win this one? And once you're ready, we will go to the reveal.
Yeah, persons are, in the chat and definitely expressing their views as it relates to this one. I'm seeing someone unruly saying landslide, and we'll see what happens. And, that's what's happening. Sean is saying, right now, nobody is safe. So, the thing is, you have to just go out there and get the votes in and make sure that,
And yeah,
your
Garmel
number
is
is
sharing.
counted.
Come on, this is a done deal. Some seats you can just reveal. Just credit this one to the PM until tomorrow. You mean later? I don't know what to say in there, Garmel. But all right. So we'll just go to the reveal for this one, and our predicted winner is the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Andrew Holness. All right, so let's just keep moving. And we go over to St. Andrew East Central. So we're talking about Kasha Park, Agley Park, Maxfield Park. So the parks. All right, so let's see here our candidates. So in the context of the candidates, we have Davian Vassell for the Jamaica Labour Party and Dennis Gordon for the People's National Party. Ovi, over to you for 2007.
So for the 2007 elections, we can see that, PNP's Peter Phillips took two of the three electoral divisions, and Kasha Park was held there by the JLP, and, a win of 2,000 plus for the PNP in this election. But, standout is that Maxfield Park division there, was won by some 2,400 votes, and that's definitely a stronghold there for the PNP. And we look at how that, division goes as we look at the other elections.
Fantastic, thank you. Welcome, Stefan, Coach Will, Unruly. So I'm going to just say Akeem, welcome. Ryan, I see you there. Cheyenne, still there. Sam, Kiwi, welcome, welcome. We're here. And Shani, we're almost there. All right, so for 2011, all right, what we see here is, JLP holding on to Kasha Park and then Agley Park and Maxfield Park for the People's National Party, and a big win, 2,000 plus votes here for, well, over 2,900 votes here for the PNP. All right, Mr. Peter Phillips. Ovi, over to you for 2016.
Yes, so 2016, the trend continues where Maxwell Park is just going for the PNP, and they are really doing really, really well in that, electoral division. But we have to focus a bit here on Kasha Park as well, as the PNP has gained ground in that one and, has taken a good win in this one, some a huge win, I would say, in the 2016 elections, and let's see if there is any other trend that will pop up as we continue.
All right, so we move to 2020. No, 2020 comes, I don't know. We need the song of it. We need the song 2020. Driver, don't stop at all. Anyways, in comes Jody and Mary, and we see there, Kasha Park, some lower numbers, and then we had Peter Phillips there, Agley Park, Maxfield Park, was still out, but still lower numbers, and we see a result that was pretty close. All right, so as a result of that, let's see. We went to the 2024 local government election results to see, what's going on, since the 2020 election. So, how are things in that constituency? and it, reaffirmed some things in the context of the trends, as you can see here, Kasha Park, the JLP, and Agley and Maxfield Park for the PNP. Ovi, do you have any additions here?
No additions to this one.
All right, so now we move forward to who can vote in this constituency. St. Andrew East Central, 32,518 people can vote later on. And again, we encourage you to go out and vote for your candidates, all right, or your candidate of choice. So let's just look here now. Who can win this one? We're gonna take just two short calls on this one, no more than two. So less than 2 minutes, a minute, no more than a minute, because this one wasn't, but we're going to just, we have not taken, we did not take a call for last two of it. So let's just take a call here and let's just hear two short calls. So the WhatsApp number is pinned at the top of the chat, and we're getting a caller here. Hello, live. Hello, caller, you're live.
Hello, I don't know what's I didn't scare myself win that division is because I'm from Oxford Park division.
Okay, so you said Dennis is going to take this one.
Definitely. Don't know nothing about the event puzzle. You know something about dance card still.
All right. Blessings. Thanks
Yeah,
for
man.
calling us.
All right.
All right. So let's just take this other quick short call. Hello, caller, you're live.
Yeah, good night again, guys.
Good night again to you. Thanks for calling us back.
Yeah, so that one I'm gonna use the Andrew factor for this, you know. So the Andrew factor I'm gonna make JLP win.
Okay.
Andrew won this. I'm not people not gonna really vote for the MP, so I'm gonna vote for Andrew. I think so. And even if them don't win them, I'll less than 500 Mercedes I go for that one here.
Okay. All
If the
right.
TNP win them, I go win by less than 500. But I think when I get this to I'm more likely get this to JLP though.
The JLP. All right. Thanks for
Yeah, 'cause Andrew
calling.
must can get 2,000 votes out of that.
All right, thanks for calling and sharing.
Yeah.
Blessings and love. So, guys, we're going to go to the reveal for this one. As promised, we are just going to take two quick short calls on this one. All right, Garmel, I see you there. Reveal for the PNP. Shani, less PNP turnout in 2020. All right, thanks for sharing. Kareem is saying Dennis Gordon straight. Time come. All right, and Dennis is going to win. All right, Sean is saying Andre, welcome is saying Dennis Garden, but it's going to be close. So we're going to go to the reveal. And our predicted winner is Dennis Gordon for this one. Again, we encourage you to go out there and vote. Vote for your candidate of choice. Later on, will be great. Come here and celebrate with us. If you have a cost, you can cost it, but we keep it real and respectful. Or you come and say, voices, because you did predict so and so. I will tell you, say so and so. Come on, talk to us, guys. And again, these are just predictions. The reality will begin in a few hours from now. Let's go over to St. Andrews Southwestern. All right, so we have Pienlands, Whitfield Town, and Greenwich Town. I hope I'm getting that. I always can't call that one so good, guys. So let's go to our candidates. We have Angela Brown Burke of the People's National Party and Maureen Lorne of the Jamaica Labour Party. Avi, over to you for the 2007 results.
All right, great. Thank you so much. As we look at the 2007 elections here, and it is a one-way street with one Portia Simpson Miller, Mama P, there sweeping all the three electoral divisions and taking a commanding win. And guys, when we look at the results, look at the difference in terms of the number of votes. It shows that this is definitely a strong win by Portia Simpson Miller.
All right, fantastic. So, guys, we're over 200 strong. We don't even have 50 likes. Come on, man. Come on. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. We're not a political platform. We share information with you, and we encourage you to go there and vote for your candidate of choice. We're not forcing any views on you, the people. All right, that is your democratic right, and we want you to exercise that right. Over to 2011. All right. So we have, Sister Mama P, Portia Simpson Miller there. And again, can I tell you, it's a big win. You could probably say barely any labor rights live in Southwestern, I guess, but it is what it is. A big win there for the PNP. Of it, 2016.
Yeah, 2016, and it is the same thing. Portia Simpson Miller and the PNP sweeping all the electoral divisions, and this it is almost you could say that this is for the three elections a total safe seat, and let's see if this continues in 2020.
In 2020, absolutely. But this time with Angela Brown Burke, and it was another big win for the PNP. And in the context of the percentages, 91.8 for the PNP, 8.2% for the JLP. And who can vote? So 27,055 people are eligible to vote later. So we encourage you to go out there and vote for your candidate of choice. We're not going to spend any long time on this one. Who will win? We're going to go to our predicted winner, Angela Brown Burke of the PNP for St. Andrew Southwestern. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. So happy to have you guys here with us. We still have our big reveal to do. So once we get off this live, we're going to wheel and come again. So ensure that you hit the subscription button. Ensure that you turn on your post notifications. So tap the bell, select all so that you do not miss any updates from this channel. We promise you and we're delivering. All right, so guys, life is life in and lots to do, but we're going to once we're done with this life, we're going to tally them up and we're going to come back to you and let you know because we haven't tallied. That's the reality, and come back to you and let you know. So we'll be here, right after this, perhaps an hour or so or two. But let's just go to St. Andrew Southern. And guess who's coming up? All right, so we have the opposition leader, Mark Golding. So we have Trenchtown and Admiraltown. And for the JLP, we have Carlton Allen. All right, so we know West Central, all right, for the leader of the JLP and St. Andrew Southern or South St. Andrew, the opposition leader. Ovi, 2007 results, over to you.
Yeah, the 2007 results right there, and you can see it's the PNP who took both electoral divisions and a commanding win here for Omar Davis, and the PNP JLP has lots of work to do in this seat.
All right, so it was a similar story here in 2011. Omar Davis, a big win here. You can definitely see. We don't need to talk about that. So over to 2016, Ovi.
So 2016, the trend continues where, there's a dominance in Trenton and Admiraltown and another huge win for Omar Davis and the PNP party, the PNP. The JLP is struggling a little bit to find an answer here, but let's see what happens in the 2020.
All right, so 2020 in comes Mr. Golding, and it was another win for the PNP. So regarding the percentages, 87.8% for the PNP, 12.2% for the JLP. In the context of St. Andrew Southern, who can vote? So 25,939 people are eligible to vote later on in that election. All right. So ensure that you go out there and vote for your candidate of choice. That is important. We're not going to spend any long time on this one. So we're going to go straight to the predicted winner. And given what we know about this one, our predicted winner is Mr. Mark Golding. We encourage you again to go out there and vote for your candidate of choice because that is definitely important. All right, Ove, how are we doing in the chat there?
Well, the chats, in the chat, the comments are coming in, and persons are representing. Thank you for keeping the chat going, dear Garmil. And persons are saying, talking about Mama P and her legacy, and Angela is going to win this. Garmel is predicting, and everybody's saying so. We should reveal and move on. But before we reveal and move on, I'm going to check to see how we're doing as it relates to the likes. We haven't gotten to 50 likes yet, guys. There are 213 of us here. If you're here, you haven't hit the like button, just close the chat for a moment, hit the like button, and come back, make we have the discussion, and you listen to what is happening here on the live. Just show us some support. If you're here, just give us that support. Would really appreciate it. If you're new here, asking you to just let us know in the chat so we can give you a rich voices in education. Welcome. Thank you to those persons who just hit the like button. We really appreciate you.
All right, fantastic. So now over to Southeast St. Andrew or St. Andrew Southeastern. We have Trafalgar and Vineyard Town. And the two candidates are Julian Robinson of the People's National Party and Kevin Fritt of the Jamaica Labour Party. Ovi, over to you with the 2007 results.
So the 2007 results saw where the Trafalgar division went to the JLP, while the Vineyard Town went to the PNP. And the numbers are fairly close, but it was Maxine Henry Wilson who took this one home for the PNP, a win of about 500 votes. So winning this one, but it's not such a commanding win, but a win nonetheless.
All right, fantastic. And so we go to 2011 and we had some more candidates. So I should have shared earlier too. In the context of these predictions, our focus is on the two main political parties because we were not able to access the official list of nominated candidates. So we're sharing information based on what the two main political parties have shared regarding their candidates for the varying constituencies. So for 2011, it was another win here for Julian Robinson, this time holding on to the Trafalgar electoral division. Avi, over to you with the 2016 results.
It's kind of the same trend continuing. So in this election in 2016, it's Julian Robinson for the PNP who got both the electoral divisions and took this one home for the PNP, a win of 2,000 plus. So that was a commanding win there for the PNP, and they continue to go strong in this electoral season.
All right, so we move on to 2020, and we had Kari Douglas there of the JLP. Kari, moved from the PNP over to the JLP, crossed the floor as a councillor, and then Julian Robinson holding on to Trafalgar and Vineyard Town. Lower numbers, but still a win here for the PNP. In the context of those results, so 58% for the PNP and 42% for the JLP. So let's go to who can vote later on. When they say later will be greater. All right, 22,593 people are eligible to vote in that constituency. So we encourage you to go out and vote for your candidate of choice. All right, that is definitely important. And I'm looking in the chat there and I am seeing Garmel is saying this is another safe seat for the PNP. Mark winning by 8,000 votes. All right, Shawnee. And Carmelo calling that for Golding. National Queen, welcome, welcome. Carmel is saying, come on, guys, like up the voice. Like it, guys. Close the X at the top of the chat. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Support us and ensure that you'll be here, in a little bit from now once we are doing our big reveal. And also later on for, the count. We'll be here as well. And Shawnee saying Julian will win this one. Andre saying an upset is looming, but I think Julian will just hang on. And 2020 had a lower voter turnout for the PNP. All right, Shawnee, thanks for sharing. So, all right, yeah, we should be on this one. So, who will win? We're just going to go to this one. Ovi, is that fine?
Sure, I'm in agreement with that. Go ahead, please.
All right, so our predicted winner is Julian Robinson for the People's National Party. Now let's move on to St. Andrew Eastern. And in the context of St. Andrew Eastern, all right, the candidates are Favour Williams for the Jamaica Labour Party and Patricia Duncan Sutherland for the People's National Party. For this constituency, we have two electoral divisions, Mona and Papine. Ovi, 2007, over to you.
Yeah, so in the 2007 election, what happened there was a split in terms of the electoral divisions. The JLP taking Mona with 3,700 votes, and the PNP taking Papin with 2,356 votes. But when we tallied it all up, we realized that the JLP took this one by over 2,000 votes, and St. Alvin Bartlett did well there for the
Not
JLP.
2000.
Oh, my bad. Not 2,000 for sure. Forgive me, guys. My math isn't mathing
Yeah,
tonight.
and look
So,
at the constituency where you come say your Matt Saint Matson. All right,
yeah,
Ovi, go.
so, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Just about 500 votes, I would say, based on I am, guys, don't make any mistake. You look for your symbol when you're going out there to vote and put your X beside what you
Your
want it to
symbol,
be.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
So,
That's it.
so this is it. Yeah. 2011 election. Go ahead.
All right, so 2011, we had Andre Hilton for the PNP. I think he's now in St. James, and Sapphire Longmore for the JLP. And it was a split here. So Mona was held by the JLP and Papine by the PNP. But, in Mona, although the JLP won that, the PNP was pretty close, right? And so that again, look, it's another close win. Just under, I would say, 300, on about 200 something votes here, and a win for the PMP. So what we notice with this particular constituency is that the win is going to come and it's going to be a small margin. So it's not going to be a big number in the context of who will take the election. And so that is important for us to notice regarding the trends so far. 2016, over to you, Ovi.
All right, thank you. And the trend continues where the JLP is doing well in one of the electoral division and the PNP doing well in the other. But it's the JLP who took this one again and look at those numbers, just over 100 votes separating both candidates. And you mentioned it, this seat is always running close. Will that continue in the 2020 election? I'll pass over to you.
All right, so for 2020, and something that we want to look at here, when we looked at 2007, it was the JLP, and then 2011, the PNP, 2016 the JLP, but the trend, changed in 2020. So in 2020 we had Venetia Phillips, who was now crossed over to the JLP, up against Favour Williams, and this time the Favour got both electoral divisions, so Papine and Mona, to take. I guess this was one of the largest win we have seen so far in the context of the trends and the results. All right. So when we look at the percentages, the JLP got 60% of the votes and the PNP got 40% of the votes. Because this constituency is one where it is very, very close, we wanted to find out, what's going on with this constituency. So we know that, the PNP is fielding a new candidate there. So Patricia is moving away from Southeast Clarendon and is now here in St. Andrew Eastern. And we recognize that from the data that we have seen so far and all the happenings within this constituency, it has always been close. From Trevor days, it has always been close, right? And so here we looked at the local government, and again, pretty close as you can see here, with either side, so each side just holding on to a division. And but what we have to look at too is the margin, because this seat, based on the trend, with the exception of, let's say, 2020, it has always been pretty close. Ovi, do you have any additions here? Because we got to open the phone line for this one for sure.
Yeah, before you open the phone line, I was going through the chat a bit, and Shawnee was saying that win Mona, win the election. So picked up that trend. So thank you for sharing there. And that seems to be working or holding true. Yes, as we can see what happened in this one, the local government, JLP won Mona with in terms of votes, and they got the most votes in the local government election. Back over to you.
Yeah, that's good to know, no? It's not always the case. In 2011, the JLP won more than they lost. So it's not always the case there. But usually, I guess you could insert that word, but not always the case. All right, so let us just see here. The big question before we get to that, who can vote? So later on, 29,557 people are eligible to vote in that constituency. All right. And the big question now, who will win? So guys, we want to take some quick calls. So we ask that you keep the calls no more than a minute and a half, so we can take as much call as we can before we move on to the other constituencies. So give us a call. The WhatsApp number is pinned at the top of the chat there, and we would love to hear from you. And Gavor, welcome, welcome. And Gavor is saying a third term for favor, Duncan winning. And that's what Garmel is sharing, but it's going to be close. Sean is saying Patricia will finally win this seat. And okay, Ovi read Shani's comment there already. And Gabor is saying the people love the work. So let's just take this caller. Caller, you're live.
Yeah, on me again.
Oh yes, that's all right. Talk to us.
Yeah, so that one, you know, a people are going win it still. Basically, when I say people are going win, because PNP got hard in the local government, I think that is the best them can do. And a lot of and a couple of the GLP strong support I never really show up for that one.
Okay.
So the local government, best PNP can do. So I think I'm going to overpass that. So GLP are in that one.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for calling
Yeah.
and sharing. Continued blessings. Yes, guys, give us a call. We want to hear from you. And let's see here. Garmel saying it was close in 2007 with Trevor because of the Bruce Golden factor. Okay. All right. And Fitzroy saying it will be a close contest. But who you're selecting, Fitzroy? So when we're going at the hot seat, we decide so we are come here with one voice. We have to select someone. It's a prediction. Let us know. Coach really saying Williams all the way. She will win by 800 votes. All right. So we're getting vote counts. All right. Let's keep the chat going. And guys, can you tell us how many likes we have there? Because sometimes we don't see the number here. And Sam KW saying Jamaica will win tomorrow. All right, not any party. All right, it's a Jamaica is going to win. All right, I see you and I hear you there for sure. Shani saying PMP is going harder for the general election, so I believe there will be some upsets. All right, so we are here for the upsets. We're here for the excitements. We'll be here. We want you guys to come later on and definitely share with us. All right, and Gavor is saying the caller know the fact. All right, so yes, guys, Ovi, talk to us. Let's see. We're just going to wait a few more seconds to see if we're getting any other calls
No
for this
problem.
one.
And
But talk to us.
no problem. Going into the likes, guys, we got up to 50 likes and we're at 52 likes. If you're here, you haven't liked, you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good time to do that. We have gone over 200. We should have at least 100 likes here. So just hit the like button and let us continue to go through through these things.
All right, fantastic. So can we get 25 people to like and 25 people to hit the subscription button? Let's see how that works out. So 25, 25. So now it's 20, 25. And we're asking you for 25, 25. So 25 likes, 25 subscriptions. Let's go, guys. Those are the easiest ways to support us. Like, subscribe, share, comment. And if you want to get super in the chat, that would be okay. But we kindly ask you to hit the like button, share button, and subscription button. They are free. It's not going to cost you anything. And guess what? You're getting content over here. So, Ovi, can we go to the prediction for this one?
Sure, go ahead with the prediction.
All right, so our predicted winner for this one is Favour Williams. So again, we encourage you to go out and vote for your candidate of choice, and that is definitely important. All right, it's your democratic right, and you should exercise that. Now we go to St. Andrew Northeastern. And here we have Barbican and Waterloo as the electoral divisions. And your candidates are Delroy Chuck of the Jamaica Labour Party and Stacey Knight of the People's National Party. So I believe Stacey is Mr. KD Knight's daughter. All right, just to give you some context there. And Ovi, 2007 results. Over to you.
Yeah, 2007 results and the JLP taking this one taking control of both electoral divisions too. And Barbican and Waterloo going to the JLP, and they won this one quite easily by some 2,000 plus votes, and a good win for the JLP.
All right, so we move to 2011, and 2011, another win for the JLP, taking Barbican and Waterloo. And, the PNP still there, but, in the context of this constituency and what you'll perhaps say a big win here for the JLP. 2016, over to you, Ovi.
All right, as we can look at the numbers again, Chuck establishing himself in this seat here, doing well, winning both electoral divisions again, and a comfortable win for the JLP. PNP has a lots of work to do to clear the seat here.
All right, so we move on to 2020, and 2020 was a similar story. Another win for Delroy Chuck of the Jamaica Labour Party. Regarding the percentages, 72.4% of the votes went to the Jamaica Labour Party, and 27.6% went to the People's National Party. Carla, we'll call you back, all right? And let's just go. Who can vote in this constituency later on? 22,098 people are eligible to vote in this constituency. And who will win? We're not going to, be long with this one. We are pretty much going to go to the reveal for this one. Ovi, are you good with that?
Yes, for sure. Go ahead with the review.
All right, so in the context of our predicted winner, we're predicting that Delroy Chuck is going to take this one for the Jamaica Labour Party. Again, we encourage you to go out and vote for your candidate of choice. Let's now move on to St. Andrew North Central, or North Central St. Andrew, and we have Norbrook and Whitehall. And in the context of your candidates, we have Christopher Henry of the People's National Party and Delano Seavright of the Jamaica Labour Party. Over to you, Ovi, for the 2007 results.
So the 2007 result went in favor of Carl Samuda of the PJLP, there winning this one by almost 3,000 votes, and taking the Whitehall and Norbrook divisions there.
All right, so we continue to 2011, and it was another win. And I guess in the context of, these seats, we'll say a big win here for Carl Samuda taking the 2011 election. 2016, back over to you, Ovi.
Yes, the 2016 election, similar to the ones before. Carl Samuda taking the both electoral divisions, and a win of almost 3,000 at this time as well. So good going there for the JLP.
All right, so in 2020, we see, some shift in the numbers, but another big win for the Jamaica Labour Party. Regarding the percentages, 73.3% for the Jamaica Labour Party and 26.7% for the People's National Party. Now, because we have a new candidate somewhat for the Jamaica Labour Party, we went and we just checked the 2024 local government election results, and it pretty much, confirmed the trend of what we have seen before. So the results from the local government elections confirm the trends of past general elections regarding this constituency. Ovi, do you have any additions here?
No additions.
All right, so we move on to who can vote. So 23,523 people can vote later. All right, and who will win? Perhaps we can take a quick call. So I'm just going to return this call from the caller, but we're not going to stay long on this one either. And we want to hear from you in the chat as let me just return this call. And I hope that you guys are hitting the like button, hitting the subscription button, and let us just continue to grow stronger together. So let's just return this call.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, caller. This is Voices in Education returning your call. You're live.
So returning my call, I appreciate it. Just scrolling through my YouTube and I come across your live and definitely like what you're doing, you know.
Thank you. Appreciate the comment.
You're welcome. I'm a Jamaican. Not really at the moment, not in Jamaica right now, but keeping an eye on what is happening in the country.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's a point in Jamaica's history where we'll have to decide whether we are going to choose Jamaica or we are going to lose Jamaica. And maybe wonder what am I saying? What I'm saying because I'm someone who likes to go back in order to look back in order to go forward. And but I have seen there's a trend.
Are you driving? We're just getting a lot of like wind or breeze or.
I think it's my cooling.
Okay. Yeah, you're sounding better now.
Move away.
Yeah.
I'll just move away from that. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine.
So as I'm saying, you're someone who likes to look back, in a means of reflecting on the past and judging by what the past, what is in the past. You can learn from it. You can't change it, but you definitely can learn from it in order to make better decisions going forward. And so, when I compare both parties in Jamaica, what I have noticed there's a common denominator that flows through them. What I find is that the PNP, when they are the administration in power, there is more of Jamaica. I mean, not growing economically, and at the end of their reign, be it 18 years or 4 years, is that Jamaica has a setback or becomes stagnant. But then the GLP comes in, and when their management of the economy, we see Jamaica moving forward and showing its true potential of becoming a nation that is supposed to be, even though not taking away anything from Jamaica, because small as we are, we have made an impact on the world, but in terms of taking our place among the first world countries and having an economy that others can look at and emulate, we see that when the Jamaica Labour Party is in power, we more move towards that. But then here comes again, repeat of the past where the PNP comes in and is like, let us tear apart everything and then we need to build from scratch. And I'm saying all of this to say that at this juncture in Jamaica's history, Jamaica is on a trajectory of growth. Just by the sheer achievement of this administration, I am appealing to the Jamaican voters to say, okay, we might not like the leader, but just the fact that Jamaica is where it is at and is under this administration, let us give them another term. And then we judge them after the other term. If they improve on what they are doing, then we continue with them. If they do not, then we as they say, we fire them. So I'm saying to the Jamaican voters, regardless of your green or you're orange, or you're of any other political persuasion, when you go into that voting booth, ask yourself one question. Am I doing this for the color of my party, or am I doing this for my country? And if what you're doing is more for, if what you're doing for your party is going to impact negatively on Jamaica, then for this one moment in time, choose your country over your party. And I would say the same thing to the persons in green. This decision I'm making, is it in the best interest of my country or my party? And make the decision. Because look here, don't just think about you, the person who's voting today. Think about if the generation that is coming after you. What are you giving them? When they come, will they look back on your time and says, what did you do? And how could you have made a difference so that where I'm at today, I could be in a better position? And so these are the things that when we are voting, please don't sell your vote. Don't sell your vote. If they offer you money, take the money. Because, take the money and consider it a part of your reparation payment.
We hope that's not the case. And so what you're sharing then is that you would like to see some continuity in the context of programs, and that's what you think will perhaps push the country forward.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Because all right, if I may just elaborate further on that. In the debate and in interview, we are hearing the opposition saying that when they come, they are going to be discontinuing what the administration is doing. You're going to do that even at the fact when you look at the country, even if you're not a GLP, you can look in the country and see that, hey, the country is moving forward. The country is at a place where given the opportunity, it can take it to another level, and you're going to say you're discontinued. For example, the rural school bus program. Yeah, you may not like the bus, but what about the benefit what about those who are the beneficiary of that program?
Well, what I will say is that, you see, when it comes to the campaign, you just as people and citizens, we just have to know what is politics, as in politics in the game, and what is really serious business. Because as you mentioned, there are some things, money was already spent, so there are some things that they just can't get rid of, right? So there are some things that will be followed through, but in the context of the whole campaign, and and trying to tear down each other, you'll get those things. And so it's just as you mentioned, for us to really do our own introspection as to what are we voting for, what do we want to see, is there some form of continuity, so those things. And I believe that our electorate has become far more mature than in previous years. And so I think people now are at a point where they're holding their political representatives accountable, more accountable. And so it now shows that it's no longer the day. And perhaps you might still have a few in some of those well rooted traditional constituencies that vote along party lines, where you might have someone, a member of parliament, who may be complacent. But no, more than ever, they understand that they have to do the work because people want to see what they're doing. And then, parties are also different, because what I may want from my MP is not necessarily what you may want from your MP, right? And so that's another thing that will affect how people vote, because everybody has, different parties. So for some people, the road is the priority, for some people it's water. And so different demographic, when you look at the different voters within a constituency, for example, they're perhaps going to be voting based on different factors. And that is why sometimes when you see parties, they come with their manifestos, there's a little bit of something for everybody from all different areas. But as you mentioned, we just have to ask the question, like, how realistic are these things in the context of being achieved, and what will be the price, if any. And so it's just those questions for sure. But I think we have come a far way, and I just want to say kudos to each and every one of us for doing that, and for getting to a place where we're more mature, where the politics is concerned.
Yeah, man, and I do agree with you. And if I in closing, let us just I just want us to reflect. Jamaica has cemented its place in among the global in the global community as a country that stands for something. Because I remember growing up that during the apartheid era of South Africa, Jamaica, small as it was one of the first countries that took a stand against apartheid. So that when Nelson Mandela, when he was released from prison, the first country outside of South Africa that he visited was Jamaica.
All right, Carl, we got to wrap this one up because we need to get to the rest of the seats. But I totally get. But call us later, because we're going to be live later when we can just talk about elections. So ensure that you subscribe and call us so we can engage in more conversations like these, because you're sharing some points there.
Appreciate your having me on your platform, and thanks for returning my call.
Oh, absolutely. Continued blessings.
Yeah, be blessed.
All right, be blessed. Thank you for calling. Yes, guys. So on this note, I guess we can't do nothing more right now but go to the reveal for this one. All right, and let's see. And Garmel, I see you guys in the chat. Gary and Earl, welcome. Is this Rustica, our classic welcome? I see you guys there in the chat for sure. Avi, is it okay for us to go to the reveal? I wonder if you can drop a sleep, mister.
Go to the reveal. I'm up and running. I'm
You're
up
up
and running
like
like
seven.
everybody. Up like seven. And tell you, I like the fact that, all the persons here, they're up and they're flexing their fingers in the chat too, and making sure that finger is ready for later, so that they're going to vote
Oh,
for the.
absolutely, absolutely fantastic, fantastic. So our predicted winner for this one is Delano Seabright for the Jamaica Labour Party. Again, we encourage you to go out and vote for your candidate of choice. That is your democratic right. And if you don't vote, somebody else will vote for you. They're going to vote for an MP, and they're going to vote for the next PM. All right, so let's just keep going. And we are now at St. Andrew Northwestern. And in the context of this electoral division, we have four. All right, so we have Chancery Hall, Avondale, and no, three. So Chancery Hall, Avondale, and Uenden. All right, so let's just go here to the candidates. So from the Jamaica Labour Party, we have Duan Smith, so the son of, I believe, Derek Smith. And from the People's National Party, we have Ethne Miller Simpson. All right, so let's just go to the 2007 results, and over to you, Ovi.
Yes, so the 2007 results showed that Derek Smith got both the Havendale and the other electoral division as well here and then. So that's what happened there, quite convincing in terms of the amount of votes that they were able to get out in the 2007 elections. So when we look at the overall total, you know, winning by almost 2,000 votes. So a good go in there for Derek Smith.
All right, so we move to 2011, and in the context of 2011, now this is where Chancery Hall comes in. All right, and so we have now three electoral divisions. So starting 2011, we see Derek Smith taking all three divisions, for the win here, and the PNP still there in it, but in the context of these constituencies, this would be what we would call a big win, for Derek Smith and the JLP here. 2016, over to you, Ovi.
So Derek Smith taking all the electoral divisions here and doing really, really well. And especially in that Chancery Hall that came over, that one was pretty close again, but able to take this one really, really well. Avondale being a good support system there for the JLP, and PNP needs to put in some work in this seat to try to to claim it.
All right, and they did not claim it in 2020. On that word of claim that you mentioned there, Ovi, we see Nigel Clark coming in for the Jamaica Labour Party and taking this one another big win here over the PNP. All right, so regarding the percentages, 72.4% for the JLP and 27.6% for the PNP. No, because we have Duan coming in. There was a by-election in 2024, and so the PNP, they did not contest, so they did not participate in this one. So Duan Smith there, took the win. All right, so just to share that information with you in the context of who can vote later on. 32,301 people in this seat, in this constituency can vote. So we encourage you to go out and support your candidate of choice. All right, we're not going to spend any long time on this one. Who will win? Let us see what the chat is saying. Ovi, can you tell me what the chat is saying and if it is okay for us to go to the reveal?
Well, it is definitely okay to go to the reveal. I'm going into the chat to see what is happening there, and I'm seeing a few persons there where coming through. We see world weather passing through, saying I'm I'm from I'm from this era, and Smith will win. Heartbeat is here as well, saying when the leaves turn orange, it means autumn is here. So lots of fun stuff is there. Coach Will is in the chat as well, and Shawnee is not leaving the chat alone any at all, saying that Dwayne will win this one by 2,000 votes, and they are definitely keeping the chat going.
All right, so on that note, we will go to our predicted winner. So our predicted winner for this one is Duane Smith of the Jamaica Labour Party. And Garmel there is saying JLP seat. All right, so we move now to St. Andrew East Rural. All right, so this is the constituency that has the following electoral divisions. Gardentown, Mavis Bank, Kintyre, and Dallas. All right, welcome one, welcome all. If you're just tuning in, welcome to our last election prediction. And guess what? We're going to come wheel and come again because we're going to tally all the numbers and let you know what our seat count will be for both political parties, so the main political parties. All right, so in the context of St. Andrew East Rural, your candidates are Juliet Holness of the Jamaica Labour Party and Patrick Peterkin of the People's National Party. Ovi, I'm coming over to you. 2007 is for you. Talk to us.
All right, I'll definitely give you the information for the 2007 elections. So we have in this seat we have five electoral divisions, and in this 2007 election we saw that the PNP won two and the JLP won three, and that meant that the JLP took the elections, but it was just over 200 in terms of the win. And, the JLP taking that one, but this one is interesting to watch to see if the seat, votes in the seat will continue to be this close.
All right, thank you for sharing that. And we go over to 2011. So in 2011, we had the Crawfords, so Damian Crawford of the PNP, and we had another Damian Crawford who was an independent candidate. I think it is significant to highlight that. And not the only thing that is significant. Let's take a look at the results. All right, in Gordon Town, it was the JLP holding on to that division, as well as Mavis Bank and Dallas. Arborview is a strong support system for the People's National Party. And you will see that Dallas is pretty close, as you can see in the context of the numbers. But look at Kentire. What can go so? 1776. The same result for the PNP and the same result for the JLP in that division. I don't know if you buy cash pot lotto, perhaps that's a number for you. All right, so yes, guys, so it was a win for Damian Crawford of the People's National Party. But as you can see, it's pretty close. And by now, perhaps you would recognize from what we have shared so far that Joan Gordon Webley is usually crossing, political parties. So she's now on the PNP side. All right. So just by way of information. Ovi, over to you. 2016.
All right, so 2016 wasn't as interesting as the 2011, but still seeing. So Juliet it was in here, and she won four of the five electoral divisions, losing out only on Harborview, and that's one that the PNP has, and they have hold on to that one really, really strongly. So we'll watch that one and to see if they'll continue to hold on to that one going forward. When we look at the total count, it's Juliet who takes this one, and let's see how things progress in the 2020.
All right, fantastic. I'm looking in the chat there and I'm seeing Rohan. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we move to 2020 and 2020, you see what I'm talking about? So we have Joan Gordon Webley over on the PNP side and Juliet Holness. So we move the PNP, they have changed candidates. 2011 it was Crawford, and you remember they were saying, he was losing ground in that seat. So in come Imani Duncan Price, and she lost to Juliet Holness. In 2020, we had Joan Gordon Webley, coming back on the PNP's ticket for this constituency, and it was a win here for the Jamaica Labour Party, and they held on to all the electoral divisions except for Arborview. And by now, if you don't know it by now, all right, I can't sing, but I like to sing. Arborview is a strong support system for the People's National Party. So, a big win in the context of the results that we have seen so far here for the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, regarding the percentages, 57.1% for the JLP and 42.9% for the PNP. All right, and who can vote? All right, later, 42,782 people are eligible to vote in St. Andrew East Rural. All right, and now to the question, who will win? So we can perhaps take one or two short calls on this one. Short calls, so nothing more than a minute and 30 seconds. Or you can definitely share in the chat. Ovi, I'm coming over to you for you to tell me what's going on in the chat.
So before we get to the chat, I'm just going to ask persons who are here, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, now is a good time to do so. We are almost 250 on. We haven't had 100 likes yet, so that's not good. We're 64, so we need 34, 36 persons to close the chat, hit the like button, and give us that one. Guys, please vote for us. We're here advocating, we're here sharing in terms of the information for the elections coming up and our predictions. Just show us some support by hitting that button there to show that you like what we are doing here. That goes a far way, and we really appreciate you doing that. So let me go to the chat to see exactly what is happening in there. Persons are pretty much talking about, you know, where they could see the coverage of the elections later. Guys, we're going to be here so we can also discuss that with you, but definitely go out and vote. And Coach Will is saying that Juliet all the way to win. So two Juliet will win. So that's what's happening. Lushan Black is saying they're asking about the local government results to see if JLP will pull away or PNP will get. So persons are just sharing their thoughts, and we're really happy that you're here and commenting. So I'm coming back over to you.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. And Cheyenne, thank you so much for sharing information in there in the chat. But we'll be live and we'll have results to show. And so we'll be here as well. So come on over and let us talk. Lashane, welcome. Garmel is saying not going to be easy for Juliet. She might lose this seat. All right, so we'll definitely show you our prediction for this one for sure. But let us see if we get any more comments in the chat. Shani is saying for real, Garmel. All right, so let's see what happens in the chat here. And yes, guys, we are pretty much coming down to gravy. All right, we're really there. And so we want to thank you for that. Ovi, are you ready for the prediction? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, when the voters turn out. What was the song of you remember the song from last night? Bust it for the people, no? Guys, we need a little money pull up. We need some subscription pull up and some likes pull up. Come on.
You know what to do things at this party, don't always
Ah,
remember, but we'll see
let
if
us
we
see if
can
we can
find it
remember.
back.
Only day here last night. Let me see if we can remember the lyrics. Come on. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, come on, sing with me. Are you ready? Are you ready? When the voters turn up and the finger, come Ovi, the second line was
And the
yours.
fingers think up, they'll be voting for the
The
candidate of
candidate
their
of
choice.
choice. Yeah, now we get it. Come on, guys, give me some pull up on that one, Give me some pull up. Panda one here. And Shani is saying, all I can say it will be a very interesting election for sure. Times Square, welcome. Heartbeat is saying, vote for the future of our nation. All right, so welcome, guys. Welcome. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ooh, if you're ready, type reveal in the chat. When the voters turn out and their fingers ink up. They'll be voting for their candidates of choice. What was that? Later on voices. Guys, Mr. Guys, what can go so she can't sing? Me can't sing, you know what me like sing. It's just a vibe. Heartbeat, that is it. A Jamaican vibe. Jamaica all the way. So guys, if you're ready to see our prediction, just type reveal in the chat and we will definitely go to that for you. For sure, for sure, for sure. And remember, we'll be here. We'll be here. We're going to tally up everything because we're delivering. We're a performing channel. If we tell us how we're going to deliver, we're going to deliver. Garmel say, ready. All right. Ovi, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, definitely ready for this one. Let's
All
go.
right, so we're predicting that Juliet Holness is going to take this one. Again, we encourage you to go out and vote for your candidate of choice. That is definitely important. So find your polling station. Go and vote, vote, vote. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, so guys, Mr. Guys, that's it. So now we can take some general comments. Keep it short. Bear in mind that we're going to do some homework at this very hour. We're going to tally everything from Trelawney, which was our first prediction, parish prediction, all the way around Jamaica. So we're going to tally everything and let you know what the final number is. So that's the work that we're going to do because, life happens, guys, and sometimes, we want to be here earlier, but we promise you and, we delivered for you. So this is pretty much the end of the predictions, the parish predictions, the constituency predictions. So now we're going to tally all of what we did over the days or the weeks, and then we're going to come back live. I don't know, Ovi, how soon? Perhaps another two, I don't know, earlier in the morning, like, I don't know. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna work on it now, guys, and just put them together, tally it, and just come to. So we're gonna give you a big run through of who the predicted winners are, and then at the end we'll have the tally for both parties. So we'll see where that brings us in that context. But we want to thank you so much. Garmel was saying put this one in the JLP column. Cheyenne is saying, just want to remind you if you're not here already, general election September 1st was in Guyana. Okay, PPP returned to power for the second time, JLP third time. All right, so guys, we'll be here and we'll be here to find out together. So join us for that. Garmel is saying, nice voice, you can sing. Which one are we? We are Ovi. Almost Ovi attack as me, guys, singing a Garmel. All right, but thank you, thank you, thank you. And Sharon is saying, you guys are doing a great job and keep up the good work. Thank you so much, and thank you for all your support there, Sharon. And Sharon is saying, Juliet will win this one. All right, so yes, Ovi, they like the song, but they're not giving no likes pull up or no subscription pull up. I don't know. Nobody not tell me so they subscribe. Guys, me ask for 25 likes and 25 subscriptions. Looks like I need about 11 subscriptions to go to get to that 25. And I don't know where the likes are. I lose count on that one. So 11 subscriptions. And Garmel is saying Cian Barneswell is going to beat Pernell Charles Jr. So you're predicting Cian Barneswell in Southeast Clarendon, all right? And Artbeat is saying I need to set my alarm to be in the live, so we need to know the time. Heartbeat, turn on it. Ovi, can you predict a time? It should. So what is going to happen is that we have the information already, so we just need to put them together and tally them up. I don't know, but it all depends if we're going to take a little shot eye and come. So we haven't really decided that. But turn on your post notifications. Either it's going to be within 2 hours from now, or we're going to wait till like 6 o'clock Jamaica time, or I don't know, 5 o'clock, because people probably want to go to polling station early. 5 o'clock Jamaica time, I don't know. But we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give it to you one time. Yeah, one time. We're gonna give it to you so that you can see the big reveal. But yes, guys, if you're in the WhatsApp group, we try to share the link there as best as we can. And let me see. Cheyenne is asking voices will also be here live. Yes, guys, we'll be here live. Thank you so much, Cheyenne. So everywhere you go on YouTube tonight, there will be coverage. But come right here. I like that, Shan. Thank you, Shan. Voices in Education will be live, wall to wall coverage. Definitely will be here. The final count, please, John. We'll definitely have that. That's what we're going to work on right now. Right now. So we ask you to like, see it? You guys leaving and we don't even get 100 likes, Come on, guys. This is not about political platform. We recognize we hear from both sides. So, Ovi, on that note, do you have any final comments that you'd like to share? It's been a
Yeah,
pleasure on this, well, we had some drama, excitement. We had a lot of beautiful moments, and it was good just being on this, journey. And it shows, guys, that we can all work together despite our different views, because it wasn't easy to really do and to commit to a process like this, especially when people are going to label you. And sometimes we take that label knowing jolly well that that is not the case. But because we try to understand people too, and just understand that some people don't understand when you share your views, it does not mean that you're imposing. And because some of us are used to spaces where you don't get a voice. It's more like people telling you it is either this way or no way. But it's really different here. So we come to you with predictions. We don't know what is going to happen later. We will all find out together. So when you hear people cussing and going bad and say this, it's just a prediction. And we try to be as clear as possible with the process, and that is why we show you the numbers. Obviously, we're not going to spell out our processes because we are also going to assess ourselves in the context of the processes that we employed for these predictions to see how they match up to the results and the factors, like all the factors that we take into consideration before coming to a predicted winner. And so the numbers definitely a big part of the story, but not the only part, because we have seen where we have gone to into three processes just to predict some of these constituencies. It's not easy, and we try, and because of we know that we're human and we have views, we are subjective, we are all biased, we have a little bit of leaning to a particular whatever side or story or view. We try to make sure that we have some process where sometimes, guys, when we come on live, it's just that we cannot come to a conclusion of who we're going to choose. And we, before this, we decided that we're coming to you with one voice. So it meant that we had to be back and forth with conversations and also employing those processes. And sometimes even, we have had perhaps one or two or three, about three that were really, really difficult that took us to that process. So we're really here to looking to see how those results will unfold and what the final results will be in the context of what we did here together. So we want to thank you, and we're always here to learn, and we're open to learning and to learn from you, because it's a two-way street, never one way. And that is why it's voices in education. There's so much things that we can learn from each other. We can pull on each other's strengths, so that we can be better versions of ourselves. So it's like they say, iron sharpen iron. And so, I might not be strong in a particular area, and I am always open to learning, because that is definitely important. Yes, Avi, I'm coming over to you. How was this journey for you in the context of the predictions? And absolutely, I learned a lot on this, prediction journey. Ovi, I don't know if you'd like to share with the audience here this evening or this morning or wherever you're tuned in from this afternoon, what this journey was like for you.
Oh, this was a total learning effort for me. I learned so much from, just going through the data and, looking at how the numbers line up in different, constituencies. And, just to watch some of the candidates and how they move around trying to, get a seat there in Parliament and how the different parties strategize in terms of how they place, the candidates as well. So lots of learning. But the most important thing was, this space that we were able to have a space where we could talk about the election, talk about politics, and there wasn't much, controversy in terms of persons not feeling comfortable to share what, they believed in and what they had. The thing is, we don't know what is happening in each constituency, and we depend on persons who live in those constituencies to share. And it was good to have, persons sharing from their context, and that was really rewarding. But I love the fact that we were able to relate with each other, and the fact that, we have some new family members on board. We see some persons coming over and you guys like what we're doing. And we do this because you guys come out and support us whenever you see the live going. You are ready to pop in, share, subscribe, like, and give your views on different, different situations and different seats. So I'm just going to encourage you guys to stick and stay here with us. We're a family and we are a family, so we're going to stick together. So remember, we're going to be here a little bit from now and later to see how the results pan out. And we're going to evaluate what we have done so far. And you should do the same as well, because I'm sure many of you have certain predictions on certain seats. And we'll come back for the discussions. Let's see how many we'll get right, how many will surprise us. And just so the thing is, we're just predicting. We don't know what is going to happen on election day, and we'll have to wait on those results. But yeah, we're going to share this experience. And no matter what happened after tomorrow or after the elections, we have to go back to life. We have to live with everyone. So let us just ensure that we take care of our brother, community members, our neighbors, because at the end of the day, we are all Jamaicans and we want the best for each other. So guys, take care of yourself. Walk good. And before you walk out of here, vote for Vices in Education. I'm sure you'll never find a channel anywhere out there like this. And if this is something that you like, show us that you like it by, doing what you need to do in the, on the YouTube channel here. But we totally appreciate having you guys here, whether or not you commented, like, or called, or anything at all. There's some persons here who are just listening, and we definitely love you being here as well. Make sure you guys just continue to support us and give us that drive to continue. We really appreciate having you.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, and Cheyenne. Definitely, we need to get some rest for sure. Thank you, guys. Joy, welcome, welcome. Thank you, guys, so much. We'll be back in another, I don't know, soon to give you the big reveal and the tally that we have for the different constituencies, the total, and we'll just see how that unfolds. And we'll be here again, as I said, in a little bit to just share that. We just need to go and tally what we have, and then we'll come back to you guys. So thank you so much. And if you're not going to join us before you go out and vote, we encourage you to be safe. And the word is love. And as Ovi shared, at the end of the day, we'll still be here, win, lose, or draw for your party. Let us just keep the peace, love each other, blessings, and love everyone. We're going to sign out with some music and we'll be back. So ensure that you hit the subscription button, turn on your post notification, and we'll see you in the next live. Bye for now. Blessings and love, everyone. We'll go to some music.